You check your bank balance at the end of the month and feel a familiar, heavy sinking sensation in your chest. The money is gone, and you honestly cannot remember buying anything significant enough to justify the low number staring back at you. You did not buy a brand new car, you did not go on a luxury vacation, and you certainly did not purchase high-end designer clothes. Yet somehow, the math is simply not mathing. If you feel like your hard-earned paycheck is evaporating into thin air before you can even enjoy it, you are absolutely not alone, and the culprit is rarely what you think it is. Society constantly conditions us to believe that financial ruin comes entirely from massive, catastrophic purchases or taking on giant loans. But the truth is far more insidious and much harder to spot. It is the everyday money leaks that secretly drain your accounts and stop you from building the life you actually want. These are the small, seemingly harmless transactions that fly completely under your radar because they feel so cheap in the moment. Before we are done here, I am going to share a powerful secret strategy to not only plug these leaks, but to turn them into an automatic wealth-generating machine. Exposing these tiny leaks is the absolute first critical step toward true financial independence. Discretionary spending is not inherently evil, and you do not have to live a life of total deprivation. Buying a morning coffee, paying for a premium streaming service, or grabbing takeout after a long day are all perfectly fine choices when made intentionally. The real danger arises when these habits become unconscious reflexes rather than deliberate decisions. When you tap your card without thinking, you are unknowingly surrendering your financial power to convenience. To reclaim that power, you must track expenses with ruthless, unwavering honesty. You cannot fix a leak if you refuse to look under the sink and see where the water is dripping. Pull up your last 3 months of bank and credit card statements right now. Go through every single line item and categorize where your cash went. Do not judge yourself or feel guilty during this process. Just gather the raw data. You are acting as a forensic accountant for your own life, searching for the absolute truth hidden in your numbers. The results of this simple exercise are almost always shocking for first-timers. That $5 daily coffee, the forgotten $14 digital subscription, and the recurring $20 impulse buys at the checkout counter suddenly stack up to hundreds of dollars a month. Individually, they felt like absolutely nothing, just pocket change moving around. Collectively, however, they form a massive, invisible roadblock standing squarely between you and your biggest financial goals. This realization brings us to a foundational economic concept called opportunity cost. Every single dollar you spend on a fleeting convenience is a dollar that cannot be used to build your secure future. It is not just about the $5 you lost today at the cafe. Opportunity cost is about understanding what that $5 could have grown into if you had put it to work for you instead of handing it over to a massive corporation. This is exactly where compounding interest changes the entire game for everyday people. Compounding interest is simply when the interest you earn on your money begins to earn interest of its own, creating a massive snowball effect over time. If you plug a $200 monthly money leak and redirect it into an investment earning a modest return, that money does not just sit there. It multiplies relentlessly, potentially turning into tens of thousands of dollars over a few decades, all from money you used to waste without thinking. To actually capture these funds, you need a proactive, concrete plan, which is exactly what a zero-based budget provides. This highly effective method requires you to assign a specific job to every single dollar of your income before the month even begins. Your total income minus your expenses, savings, and investments must equal exactly zero. You are finally telling your money exactly where to go rather than looking back and wondering where it went. For those specific categories where you constantly find yourself overspending, the envelope system is an absolute lifesaver. You take your budgeted cash for groceries or weekend entertainment, put it in a physical or digital envelope, and when it is gone, it is completely gone. This forces a hard, non-negotiable stop on your discretionary spending and permanently breaks the toxic cycle of endless card swiping. Recovering this lost capital also massively supercharges your ability to eliminate high-interest debt. Whether you use the debt snowball method, paying off the smallest balances first for quick psychological wins, or the debt avalanche method, targeting the highest interest rates to save the most money, you need extra cash to make either strategy work. The money you rescue from your daily leaks becomes the exact heavy artillery you need to destroy those balances forever. The psychological shift you experience here is incredibly profound. You are no longer a helpless victim of your own impulsive spending habits. You are an active, intentional director of your own wealth and future. Every single time you say no to an unconscious purchase, you are saying yes to your own long-term financial freedom. Now, remember that powerful secret I promised you earlier? It is time to introduce sinking funds into your financial toolkit. A sinking fund is a strategic, dedicated savings account where you set aside a small amount of money each month for a known, upcoming expense. Instead of letting an annual car registration or a holiday gift budget derail your finances and cause a massive leak, you plan for it incrementally throughout the year. Sinking funds act as an unshakable, impenetrable fortress around your primary savings accounts. By isolating money for specific future events, you completely eliminate the sheer panic that usually accompanies irregular but entirely predictable expenses. When the massive annual bill finally arrives in the mail, the money is already there, patiently waiting to do its job without causing a single ounce of stress. As you master these techniques and free up serious cash, you must beware of lifestyle creep. It is incredibly tempting to take the money you just saved from canceling unused subscriptions and immediately blow it on a more expensive car lease or a fancier apartment. If your spending artificially rises exactly in step with your new savings, you will remain forever trapped on the financial treadmill, running fast but going nowhere. The ultimate goal of this entire process is to redirect these plugged leaks into foundational, wealth-building investments. Saving money protects you from immediate disaster, but investing money is what actually builds lasting generational wealth. You are taking the dollars that used to buy fleeting, forgettable moments and turning them into permanent, tireless employees that work for you around the clock. A phenomenal place to deploy these newly recovered funds is an IRA. An IRA is an individual retirement account, a highly effective tax-advantaged tool designed specifically to help you save for your later years while legally minimizing what you owe the IRS today. It is essentially a secure personal vault built exclusively to protect and enrich your future self. If you have traditional employment, you should also look very closely at a 401k plan. A 401k is an employer-sponsored retirement plan, and many generous companies will actually match a portion of the money you contribute out of your paycheck. That company match is quite literally free money, and leaving it on the table is one of the most devastating financial leaks of all. When you put your hard-earned money into these retirement accounts, you need to choose what to actually buy, and an ETF is often the perfect starting point for beginners. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund, which is essentially a large basket of many different stocks or bonds that you can buy all at once. It is a highly efficient, low-cost way to own a tiny piece of hundreds of successful companies with a single, simple purchase. Buying an ETF instantly provides you with crucial diversification. Diversification is the fundamental practice of spreading your money across many different types of investments so that if one single company fails, your entire portfolio does not crash down with it. It is the financial equivalent of not putting all your eggs in one basket, deeply reducing your overall risk while maintaining steady growth. A massive, widespread misconception is that you need thousands of surplus dollars to even start utilizing these investment tools. You absolutely do not. The $50 a week you save just by bringing your lunch to work and brewing your own coffee is more than enough seed capital to begin your journey. Wall Street is no longer an exclusive club for the ultra-wealthy. It is fully accessible to the everyday person willing to take action. The absolute final step to guarantee your long-term success is total automation. Set up automatic digital transfers so that the money you reclaimed from your daily leaks moves directly from your checking account into your investments the exact day you get paid. If you never see the money sitting idly in your checking account, you will never be tempted to spend it on something trivial. Imagine the profound, life-altering peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial house is entirely in order. Your emergency fund is fully stocked, your high-interest debts are aggressively shrinking, and your wealth is growing quietly and steadily in the background. This beautiful reality is not a fantasy. It is built entirely on the solid foundation of controlling the small, everyday things. Once your outflows are perfectly optimized and your leaks are permanently sealed, you can then focus your energy on increasing your inflows. Starting simple side hustles, taking on freelance work, or monetizing a weekend hobby can accelerate your financial progress exponentially. Because your budget is now incredibly tight and efficient, every new dollar you earn goes straight toward building your personal empire. Fast forward 10 years into the future and visualize your life. The compounding engine you started today has completely transformed those recovered $5 bills into a massive, unshakable financial safety net. The daily discipline of tracking your expenses and utilizing sinking funds has completely rewired your relationship with money, turning anxiety into absolute confidence. You hold the incredible power to completely rewrite your financial destiny right now, today. It does not require a miraculous lottery win, an inheritance, or a six-figure salary. It only requires the courage to look closely at your daily habits and make intentional, positive changes. Start tracking your numbers, plug those hidden leaks, and begin building the unshakable financial foundation you absolutely deserve.